skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. A shrieking skull will shock your soul and seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons.
Guys, we're back here on Albion, and I wanted to kind of just throw out a few things for some new players that might just be coming in, because the it's pretty new on Steam and stuff. It's basically brand new. Everything just went free to play here, and I just started playing just a couple of days ago, so I'm not really gotten into the game enough to give a lot of advice. So I'd like to just give the advice that I know of now, and the things that I've learned since I started playing that would benefit another player. So first thing I want to say is I want to talk a little bit about guilds in this game. Okay, so the guilds can actually tax the people in their guilds to put into a guild coffer, which then the guild leader can take that money and do what it needs to. Okay, some people are taking advantage of this, and they're creating these guilds, and they're setting in these new areas and stuff where people are just now popping up on the game and everything, and they're inviting every single person that they can on the entire map. And it's really bad because they charge like 30-40% tax on a brand new player who's just coming into the game, who has basically nothing at all. And just what they have from the tutorial, if they done the tutorial, which I do recommend doing, because it will give you 3 days of free premium membership on the game. So anyways, whenever they sit there and they join all these random players and these new players, and then they tax them. Well, all that silver adds up, and whenever you have like 300 players gaining silver as just drops and stuff, that tax adds up to quite a bit. And then the guild leader will come in and take all that silver away, and it's theirs now. So I'm not sure if that's exactly how that works, but if you get into a guild that has anything higher than like 25% tax, I would steer away from it, because more than likely they're just going to be taking advantage of you, and they'll be stealing your silver. That's basically all they're doing. It's just they're doing it in a legitimate way where they can't be banned or anything. So I just wanted to kind of say that first thing, because I know I almost joined a guild whenever I first came in, and I'm still not in a guild at all, and I would rather just stay away from them for right now until I actually find one that I learned something about. So now on to the next thing. Pretty much every city has one of these here in the middle. Now, I recommend you taking and finding a city where you want to base yourself out of. Now, down here in Limhurst, and this was a really good area for starting. It has a really good area around it. There's not very much PvP. You got a lot of areas you can go and farm from. You have a wide variety of a lot of different things. There's very few things missing from over here in this area. You can get metal from around here, but it's only tier 3. So you may have to end up coming up this way and getting some metal from over here, and like your cotton and your hemp and stuff like that. You would get more from the icy looking areas. Okay, anyways, whenever you get to your city, you want to pick that one city you're going to base yourself out of. And this one here is the one that I have chosen now. I did start in Lyndhurst, like I said, but I moved to Thetford, and I don't really know why. I love the location of it. It's all swamp. In the background when you're playing, you can hear the slithering of the snakes and the bullfrogs, and if you listen hard enough now, you can hear in the background the chirping of the bugs and everything around. So Thetford to me it's just a laid back, really good area. I really like it. So anyways, let's get back into the reason why you wanna find you a good place for your starting area. So all of the areas are gonna have this one little area like this that you can just run into, and it's got the big bank chest. I'm gonna come right up here. Now this here is the marketplace, auction house, broker, whatever you're used to. There's a lot of different games call it different things. So we're gonna go into the bank area first. Okay, every bank in this game, every single bank is its own bank. So these items are only in this bank. If I go to another city, these items won't be here. There will be absolutely nothing at all in there. So you have to remember that every time you go to a bank, if you want to switch a bank, you're going to have to carry all of your items with you. So it's good to find your place you want to base yourself out of as soon as possible. Okay, whenever you get done here in your bank area, instead of going all the way back up, you can just cross the bridge and you're already in the marketplace. Now this is just this one city. Every city is packed full of people, and if you hop off your mount, you're more than likely going to get invited to a duel. It happens every time I hop off my mount. So yeah, there's a lot of dueling and stuff like that going on in the cities. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the marketplace system and how exactly to work it. Alright, so you have your categories here. You can choose whatever you need. Say we're going to look for a piece of cloth armor. Okay, 24 silver for this little tier 2 Nova Scholar robe. Now first thing we want to do is, we know that tier 2 we can wear tier 2. Okay, so we want to go to tier 3. Well, if you're a new player, this tier 3 is going to look red like this, and if you click on it, it'll actually say item equipable, and it'll have a red X there, so you can't go to that tier yet. Okay, ain't no tier 1, just wanted to show that. So here, it's here tier 2, back to here. Okay, so when you click on an item, if you look up here, item power 300. Okay, 24 silver for a 300 item power chest piece. Now let's scroll down here some. Let's see here. This one here has a different border on it. We're going to click it, and it says 310. So it has a little bit more item power. So we'll look at the price. 35. So 35 to 24. I say it's worth that 10 extra power just for that small amount. So you could take a step up there. And whenever you start getting into all of these higher up stuff, like this is 125 silver. Personally, I don't think that's a lot of silver, but whenever you're first starting out, you can easily collect that. You're not going to stay in tier 2 long enough to really even fill out these wearing any of these. So you want to start out here. You want to just grab something like this 3,900 for a 400 item piece. You're not going to have that long enough to even be worth 4K. So you want to just keep clicking on, finding different things and stuff to whatever you decide you want. But every time you do, just come up here, look at the item power. 320s, 320. Well, this, you know, keep going down until you find the cheapest one by hitting price, and it'll make it to the highest priced up top. Then you click it again, and it'll make the absolute lowest price item right here. You can also come over here to quality, and you can pick any quality that you want to grab, want to look at, whatever it is. So whenever you're selling items, now this is a little bit more tricky of a thing here. Let's go ahead and clear all these categories. So when we come down here to our stuff that we want to sell, we're going to click on the sell button. Alright, now on action it'll say sell. This is exactly how much you'll get instantly. It'll instantly be sold to somebody who's trying to buy that item at 490. Okay, now if you click on sell order, it'll pop up with 745 silver. Now the reason why you go here to sell order and it pops up and it's more than as if you were going to go here is because if we take and we come here and we look up the adept pick, come over here to buy, 745 is the absolute lowest one. So it's automatically going to show you the price that the lowest one is selling for. Now you want to just click here and hit 740, or you can just, you know, drop it about 5 silver less than the one that's above you, and then you want to create your sell order. Now this will put your item all the way at the top. I think I have something in here actually that we can demonstrate that with. This Nova Scholar's Robe, 545. So we come up here to buy. The quality of mine was, let's go to chest, I believe it was excellent. You see how I'm 5 below? It put mine all the way up top, as it is the lowest priced one. So without even thinking, someone's just going to come here and just click buy. If they want that, they're just going to click buy because it's the lowest price on the piece that they want. It don't matter if it's even 1 silver difference. Just because it's at the top, they will buy yours first. So make sure you always try to undercut the person ahead of you. You see how this is 550, 550, 550. All these people matched each other's numbers just by going and clicking the sell order and just hitting OK. You know, they didn't lower their price by, you know, 3 or 4 or whatever just to make it up top. So keep that in mind when you're going to use the marketplace. That's a really good deal to, you know, get your items to sell a little quicker than someone else's item. Because if you don't, there's no telling where on that list your item's going to be. Whenever you're first starting out, another thing that's really good for players to do is with these learning points up here, do not just buy every single thing. Like let's say you get this up to the threshold, you can spend your 3 points and automatically learn it. Don't do that. Whenever you first get your learning points, you just want to just keep saving, keep letting them build, because things are going to get harder, much harder later on. So I would recommend spending your learning points from the beginning here in this one. You're gathering because it will give you the ability to use better pickaxes, better, you know, everything. Once you get to this area, you can also equip the suit of armor that it's pretty decent armor, but I wouldn't recommend it for fighting other players or anything like that. But it does give you these bonus skills that you know, your gathering will yield more, and you'll collect faster and stuff like that. So these are here are what you should focus on the most. Now, out of the combat, I would focus more on your crafting after you get your gathering, because I imagine with crafting, it's going to get super expensive whenever, let's say, like this tome crafter here, you have to craft Journeyman's Tome of Spells or better, 3606 fame. That might be, you might have to craft 15 or maybe 20 tome of whatever, the Journeyman tomes. So you might have to craft like 20 of them for 3.6k. Where whenever you could craft 5 or maybe 3 or 4 and hit this right here and just click this, then you can build even more to carry on to your next level. So that way, you will be using less material to go further into your crafting. So make sure you save these learning points up. Whenever I first started, I made the mistake of, I didn't know what these were. I mean, I had no clue. I just knew they were there. And I thought there was a way to earn them in game that was pretty easy, because it had given me, I don't remember how many, it had gave me like 200, maybe 300 whenever I bought my premium along with what it gives you to begin with. So I was just kind of using them everywhere. Every time I had a level on anything, I was using them. That was a very big mistake, but it's fine with me. My combat's okay. I like to craft. Crafting more, it ain't gonna hurt me none. So don't make that mistake. Anyways, now on your gear, whenever you're looking at your gear, these right here is going to be your main things that you look at. It's going to be right up in here. So physical attack bonus, that's going to affect your physical damage for your weapon. Now, if you're using mage, that is going to be a total different thing. That's going to be your magic attack bonus, which, mine is 58 on the cultist robe. Everything is a little different. Like this one here is 58. Let's go to our board here so we can see what some other ones look like, because I don't have any to compare with right now. So right here, here's my robe. Mine's just enchanted. That's the only reason why it was 58, because it is enchanted. This is not enchanted, so it'll be on par with all these others. So physical attack bonus is 50%. Now let's go over here to the fiend robe. It's 45%. You get stats in a few other areas, but I would much rather have the bonus attack. Now I want to kind of show this too. Alright, we're in the robe section. That is cloth armor, okay? Cloth armors are often limited defense, but excels at offense. Okay, keep that in mind, because you'll see that I'm using the bolt throwers and I am wearing cloth. You would think that someone who's using ranged would be wearing leather, and I had first started off with leather shoes and a leather helmet along with the robe chest piece, but then I found out that these here actually have some really good skills that you can use, and some stuff that just like increases your damage and heal power by 3.5%. Okay, let's come down here and let's check these out. Okay, the occultist would be here on the stalker. Yeah, okay, so we have maximum carry, don't really care about that. Increase your damage and heal power by only 1.5%. Now the incoming damage is reduced, but it's not even by 1%. What is that really going to help? I mean, 1.5% extra damage is going to help, but it's not 3.5% like it is with the robes. So, and of course, the skill is not very good. I mean, a blink, it's just a teleport that goes ahead. So that's really all you're going to get with those. Now let's look at the chest. if you remember, it was plus 50% on the cultist robe. We come here and we look at this, you're only getting plus 20% on leather armor. Yeah, it has extra armor, a little bit extra HP, but it don't have, the extra 50% damage for your physical attack. So I'm going more for damage, so I went with the robes. So keep that in mind. You don't want to just say, "Oh, I'm an archer, I'm going to go with leather armor," or or I'm a warrior, I'm just going to run out there with plate armor, because plate armor is just the same. It's let me find the chest piece, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. There is no physical damage add, there's no magic damage add, all there is tanky stuff. Now there is pieces here that do give physical attack bonus, but they're so low, 5%, I mean 10% here. So, it's not very good is what I'm trying to get at. 10% seems to be about the highest as we're going to be able to go here. So, that 10%, even leather does better than that. It's these are more of your tanky stuff. So now we went over several things. We went over your gear, kind of how you want to, look to place what you're wearing. So, keep in mind to mix match your gear if it suits your character and the type of weapon you want to choose. Make sure you choose all that stuff as fast as you can, so you're not farming things and wasting money, because you might buy like these bows here. I think I paid 250k, I believe, and I will probably only be able to sell this for maybe 100,000 out of all of that. So it makes a big difference. So make sure you choose what you're gonna try to stick with to start with. Worry about all the other stuff later on. Stick with one to begin with. Later on, you can get all these other stuff later on. All the other weapons and everything else you desire, you can get later on. But just start out with one thing to begin with. Now these here in the middle, they just don't even have to worry about them. You'll get them as you play. All they do is just unlock a few things here and there. Mounts, a couple things like your bag, your cape. This stuff over here just gives you extra bonuses, but you'll unlock this stuff just from playing the game. You don't have to spend no points, anything on here, nothing. You'll just get it. Now I can't really think of anything else to really go over right now, so you have your mounts, we can go over that. You got some mounts here, like the move speed bonus is plus 65. The galloping speed bonus is 105%. And let's go over to the ox. Now this one is slow, 40 with only a 70% speed, but its max load is 2,331 kg. That is a lot. Okay, my bag only carries 315 kg. Now your bag will determine on these mounts that are fast. Your bag determines how much these can carry. So they can only carry what you can carry. And different mounts do different things. Like this stag mount here, it has decent carry weight and decent running. So, it's kind of in between. It might carry 500 kgs instead of, whatever it is. We can carry 315. So it might be able to carry 1,000 kg and run moderately fast. I can't really remember how the stag is. I did have one, but I sold it. I prefer the horse, the style, and stuff like that. So try to get out of an area so as soon as I jump off my horse, someone ain't gonna try to duel me as soon as I hop off. It happens every time. There's so many people on this game saying now would be a very good time to be playing Albion Online. There's just so many people, and I do not see this game going anywhere or dying off anytime soon. I mean, they just now came out with dungeons, so just now. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more to come. Now I wanted to talk a little bit about your skills. Now down here at the bottom, whenever you first equipped an item, you're not going to have any skill in that area. See, I believe this is your armor, this is your helmet, this is your feet, your boots, and then these first three are going to be your weapon. Now, whenever you put your item on, this is going to be an empty slot. So you're going to want to come up here, click on your armor, and you're going to want to choose this item spell that you want. Now make sure you also choose this one, as this is your passive ability. So this is going to give me an increased damage by 8%. That is a lot of extra damage, you know, for a chest piece, you know, especially a robe. And if you look at these others, you can tell where they tried to make it more for something mage. You know, this is cast speed. You don't want cast speed, you know, you want attack speed. So this ain't going to benefit us any at all. Reduced energy cost, and don't really need it. I've never ran out of power using range. And the same goes with all these. Now this one says increases your attack damage and heal power by 3.5%. It is a little lower, but it's also a smaller piece of equipment, so it's understandable. Now this one here is attack speed. So this one we need attack speed, not cast speed. Remember the difference, because cast speed is all out, nothing but mage. So that's how the skills work. Another thing we can go over too is the potions and the food. Okay, so your potion, whenever you use the potion, don't expect it to help you, because it takes 15 seconds to get 15% of your total health. So keep that in mind. You do not instantly get your health back. It takes 15 seconds to get 15%, and then the cooldown is quite long, so make sure you use your potion whenever you get about half health, so you can actually benefit from your potion. If not, they'll be doing so much damage, this potion's not going to heal you enough. Now the carrot soup, I use that for dungeon running, and because it gives 100% extra health regeneration. Yeah, here it is, for 30 minutes you get 100% health regeneration. So that's going to help you get through the dungeon, you know, at a quicker pace, especially if you're like me. I love to clear the dungeon. I like to kill every single enemy and collect all of those extra points. Alright guys, I think that is about it. Catch a fish, hopefully. So that's all there is to fishing, is find you a spot, gotta aim. You know, you can throw it way past, way before. It just, more or less, you have to aim, get good at aiming. Basically, it's pretty fun. All you do is you click it when it goes too far up, and too far towards the red this way. You hold the click down and it reels in. You don't want to break the line, so you gotta let it come down, then hold it again, and every time it pulls the fish in until eventually you get the fish. uh, I'm gonna go ahead and go over everything else, even though it is pretty much self-explanatory. You got your trees. All you basically have to do is just click on them. The higher your level, the more better you can do, the quicker everything is. And now we're gonna kill this boss just because it's just sitting there. It's actually surprising to see a boss setting right outside the safe zone. I've never seen one setting out like this before. And this is how you skin. Just kill a skinnable item, a skinnable enemy, and skin them. I mean, that's it on there. Of course, fishing, just see a rock, all you gotta do is click on it. Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. It's easy, done in. I think fishing is basically the only thing that anyone would really have any type of problem with, and that's just because, of how it is. It's just random, I suppose, is the reason why. You have to just click the water. You don't have to have a little spot with fish or anything like that. You just click any water that's deep, a little bit deep anyway. Now there is areas that has fish like stuff. We'll pull up in here and see if we can hit this. I almost overshot it. But these here will give you better chances at getting better fish, and that you really want to try to grab those if you can. And sometimes there will be a treasure chest just sticking up out of the water, and if you can hit on top of it, you can fish that treasure chest out. So it's pretty cool. I actually love the fishing in this game, and I plan on doing a ton more fishing. So I hope you enjoy it as well. And anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the video up here. This was pretty decent. Like I said, I'm pretty new myself, so when it comes to this, it's just gonna be a learning curve for me and the viewer. And I do know enough just from the couple of days that I hope this video helps, and maybe you won't make the same mistakes that I made whenever I first started playing. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And plan for more Albion videos because I love this game. And I hope you guys will like it too. And give it a try, and it is on Steam for free. As far as I know, you don't have to spend a penny on anything. Now, you do get benefits from having premium, and I think that's it. And honestly, with the 3-day premium that they give you to begin with, you can make enough money within that time that you can come here and you could buy the gold to actually buy your premium with gold. 1 month is 2,500 gold. You can save up that.